Section 6P of the EFCC Establishment Act 2004 provides for carrying out and sustaining rigorous public and enlightenment campaign against economic and financial crimes within and outside Nigeria. Similarly, the Strategic Objective Plan 2021 to 2025 provide for increased public engagement in the fight against economic and financial crimes vis-a-vis improved systems and processes in the fight against economic and financial crimes. It is therefore imperative to discuss the preventive aspect of the EFCC mandate to Nigerians. On the Eagle today, we will be looking at EFCC preventive mandate, the journey so far. Thanks for joining us again on the Eagle. My name is Aisha Mohammed.
Good day, Nigerians. As we all know, cybercrime is progressing at an incredibly fast pace. It is giving a bad image to Nigeria, affecting our economy and draining the youth of this country. Let us work collectively against cybercrime wherever it is committed. I am Abdurrashid Bawa, Executive Chairman, Economic and Financial Crimes Commission. Stand for the right thing always. Thank you.
Executive Chairman of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission EFCC, Abdurrashid Bawa, has charged stakeholders in the film and movie industry to portray Nigeria and the EFCC in good light. The EFCC boss made the call in Abuja when Executive Director, National Film and Video Censors Board, NFVCB, Adedayo Thomas, led other stakeholders in the industry to the Commission's headquarters on a courtesy visit. Abbas Abubakar Omar is our guide.
The EFCC boss appreciated the commitment, passion, originality, and creativity of operators and stakeholders in the industry and enjoined them to work with the Commission in areas beneficial to the country. He said a relationship can be established since the Commission has a full-fledged Department of Public Affairs headed by a director. Bawa stressed the need to involve government agencies before portraying them in a movie so as to get the exact modus operandi of the said organization and portray them in their real light. He stated that Nigeria is the only country we have and the way it's been depicted can make or mar the reputation of the country. Highlighting the impact of the industry on Nigerians, Bawa stated that Nollywood has succeeded in employing millions of Nigerians and is contributing its quota in terms of revenue generation and has succeeded in taking Nigeria beyond the shores of this country. Bawa specifically charged the operators to work with the EFCC in beaming the searchlight on the activities of the Special Control Unit against money laundering, SCUMOL. According to him, the unit, which the new Money Laundering Prohibition and Prevention Act 2022 vested in the EFCC, needs publicity and enlightenment campaigns, which he said the group can offer.
So we have a role to play. In Nigeria, when we are playing the national anthem, some of you are so passionate about it, which of course is one of the lines that tend to inspire me, that the labor of our heroes past shall never be in vain. Nollywood have succeeded in employing millions of Nigerians. Nollywood have succeeded in contributing its quota, in terms of revenue generation in this country. So we can work together, we can partner together.
On his part, Thomas took the opportunity of the visit to intimate the EFCC with the activities of the board. According to him, the economic saboteurs inflicted untold hardship on the filmmakers by making them not to recoup their investment. He stressed that this also constitutes a leakage in government revenue as they flood the market with unclassified contents, thereby denying the government of revenue derivable from classifying those films. He urged the EFCC to assist the board to bring the pirates to book and evolve ways for filmmakers to collaborate with it and make movies that will publicize the activities of the Commission in combating economic and financial crimes.
The NFVC and the stakeholders are therefore requesting you to assist the industry in checkmating the activities of these criminal-minded individuals.
National President, Directors Guild of Nigeria, Victor Okai, commended the EFCC for its impact in tackling economic and financial crimes across the country. He said that the Commission needed the experience, exposure, passion and drive of filmmakers to create more awareness about its works. Other speakers that proposed the same publicity drive for the EFCC include Managing Director, Inside Out Media Limited, Agatha Amata, Executive Director, Center for Creative Arts, Hilda Dokubo, among others. The meeting was attended by other stakeholders such as Makama Sani Moazu, Hadiza Muhammad, Francis Duru, Annie Njemanzi, Kosoko Adeshola, Saidu Balogun, Shan George, Fred Amata, Zik Zulu Okafo, Yokeria Anunobi, and officials of the NFVCB.
Following the introduction of the hashtag Together Against Corruption challenge as a tool in the fight against economic and financial crimes in 2021, the EFCC instituted an essay competition tagged How to Fight Economic and Financial Crimes to Make Nigeria Great. With over 5,000 entries, panel of judges went to work to sift through the entries and arrive at the best 3 winners. The EFCC chairman, Abdurrashid Bawa, honored the winners of the competition and urged them to be good ambassadors of the EFCC and Nigeria as a whole. Again, Abbas Abubakar Umar tells us more.
The executive chairman of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, Abdurrashid Bawa, at the commission's headquarters in Abuja, presented awards to 3 winners of the 2021 EFCC essay competition titled How to Fight Economic and Financial Crimes to Make Nigeria Great. The winners include Ehizoje Ioman, an undergraduate student of law at the Ambrose Ali University at Ekpoma, Edo State, Omotosho Abiola Sadiq, and an engineering student of the University of Ibadan, Oyo State. Zinat Magaji, an undergraduate of cybersecurity at the Federal University of Technology, Mina, Niger State, who emerged first, second, and third best winners, respectively. The winners were among the over 5,000 entries received by the Commission. The EFCC chairman, Abdurrashid Bawa, lavished encomiums on the winners for distinguishing themselves in the service of the country and admonished other youths to toe the path of honor rather than crime by making Nigeria great.
The fact that you have gone through over 5,000 entries, to come up with these 3, winners on this essay competition, how to fight economic and financial crimes to make Nigeria great, is a huge task that attests to your patriotism, to your zeal, and as well as to the support that you have not only for the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, but I think, of course, for the Nigeria as a country. And let me also use this opportunity to also speak to, the teeming youth of this country, that the problem associated with corruption and economic and financial crimes is still great and in every sector of the economy. We have to work towards changing our attitude. We have to work towards, blowing the whistle. You have to work towards saying it. When you see it, you have to say it, and you will be rest assured that Nigeria, and the EFCC will do something about it.
While assuring them that the Commission will painstakingly look into the suggestions as contained in the winning aces, the EFCC chairman advised the winners to be good ambassadors of the Commission. He also commended the judges for a job well done for being able to arrive at the selection of winners from the over 5,000 entries. The EFCC boss promised to institutionalize the essay competition as an annual event to enable other Nigerians lend their voices to the anti-graft fight. The winners of the essay competition had this to say.
I'm very, very grateful to the EFCC for this initiative. Then I would also want to recommend, if possible, interactions, conversations should go along social media, especially on Twitter, because there are lots of opportunities there to get a larger community of young persons, for example, using Twitter Spaces to buzz this competition even after it's over, such that subsequently other young Nigerians can be engaged.
Even before now, I'm always an advocate against financial crime due to many effects that it has on the country, then the Nigerians that are abroad. So the bad image that these things have created abroad. So like I actually want to advise youth. Before this internet crime became rampant, there were ways that the people of those days, they became successful without actually harming others. So I believe we should just be industrious, face our education and do the right thing. And with that, I am very sure that we'll make it big. So we don't actually need to engage in all these vices and make other people to be sad because we want to make money.
I actually saw it on the website, though I'm a fan of writing essay competitions. I've actually been writing since I was 6, so it's something that has been more like a hobby. I decided to give it a trial. You know, most times you just try something without knowing the outcome of that particular event. So I decided to write the essay competition, just something very short and brief. And fortunately, I was selected among the contestants.
The 5 eminent Nigerians from the academia and the media who were carefully selected to screen and access the over 5,000 entries submitted were Professor Abiodun Adeniyi, Dean, Faculty of Mass Communication, Base University, Abuja; Dr. Amina Salihu, Senior Program Officer, MacArthur Foundation, Abuja; Dr. Chido Onuma, Coordinator, Africa Center for Media and Information Literacy, AfricMail, Abuja; Mrs. Maupe Ogun Yusuf, Editor, Channels TV, Abuja; and Ade Somoju, Head, Anti-Corruption, Human Rights and Judiciary Desk, Premium Times.
Next on the program is Conviction Update with Golden Aurora.
Thank you, Aisha. The resolve of the EFCC to achieve a Nigeria free of economic and financial crimes has been the drive behind the continuous success recorded in the prosecution of its cases. In addition to the fulfillment of one of its mandates, which is sensitization of the public on the dangers of economic and financial crimes, the Commission is thorough in the investigation and prosecution of offenders. Let's take a look at the conviction table for last week. From the 1st to the 5th of August 2022, the Kaduna Zonal Command secured 32 convictions, while Ibadan Zonal Command had 11 convictions. The Benin Zonal Command recorded 9 convictions, while the Abuja Zonal Command got 7. The headquarters and Kano Zonal Command recorded 5 convictions each, bringing the total convictions for the week to 77. The Kaduna Zonal Command of the EFCC secured the conviction of one Shitu Taiwo before Justice Darius Kobo on a 1-count charge bordering on impersonation. Upon arraignment, he pleaded guilty to the charge. Justice Kobo thereby convicted and sentenced him to 5 years imprisonment with an optional fine of 100,000 naira. Similarly, the Lagos Zonal Command of the EFCC secured the conviction and sentencing of an internet fraud star, Olamilekon Wasiu Durojaye, before Justice Modushola Dada of a Special Offences Court sitting in Ikeja, Lagos. Justice Dada sentenced the convict to 1 year imprisonment on a 2-count charge bordering on possession of false documents brought against him by the EFCC. Upon his arraignment, he pleaded guilty to the offense. In view of his guilty plea, the prosecution counsel A.O. Mohammed reviewed the facts of the case and tendered documents to further prove the guilt of the defendant. Justice Dada found him guilty of the offense and sentenced him to 1 year imprisonment on both counts of the charge. The judge also granted him an optional fine of 1 million naira. The convict was also ordered to pay restitution of 700,000 naira and forfeit his mobile device to the federal government. The quest by young people to get rich or die trying has led so many into economic and financial crimes. This does not just take society backwards, but adversely affects the image of the nation in the international community. To this effect, the EFCC devotes equal time to its prevention activities as it does to investigation and prosecution. Therefore, shun and report all forms of economic and financial crimes to the EFCC and be sure to get justice. That's it from this segment. I am Golden Onwura. Back to Aisha for the rest of the program.
As stated earlier on the program, it is imperative to discuss the preventive aspect of the EFCC mandate to Nigerians. So today, on our interview segment, we will be looking at EFCC preventive mandate, the journey so far. Ojochokutami Eche is standing by with our guests to take us through. Over to you, Ojochokutami.
Prevention, they say, is better than cure. It is cheaper and more accessible than cure. So, considering the effects of economic and financial crimes on Nigeria, what is the leading agency in this fight against the monster called economic and financial crimes doing to fight it to the barest minimum and then save Nigeria's taxpayers' money and give Nigeria back her glory? Stay with us as we discuss EFCC's preventive mandate, the journey so far, with the Director, Public Affairs Department of the EFCC, Mr. Usita Nwaja. Mr. Nwaja, for coming.
Thank you very much.
Okay, so Mr. Nwaja, we are talking about EFCC's journey so far, and particularly about the preventive measures the Commission has been deploying in the fight against economic and financial crimes. So, how would you describe the fight so far, especially in the present administration?
I would say it's very robust, very, very engaging, very consequential, and I think Nigerians are engaging more with the fight. They are taking ownership of the fight, which is where we have always wanted to get to. So we're getting to that point where every single Nigerian is owning the fight, from the reactions we are getting from the field.
Let's look at the strategies that the Commission has deployed in fulfilling its preventive mandates. What would you say these strategies are?
Well, I would rather take up from the point of where do all of this end. I mean, the central focus of the Commission strategy is the Nigerian populace, the Nigerian people, whose mandate we have to battle and bring to the lowest minimum the Commission of Economic and Financial Crimes against the citizenry and the nation. So we are focused on that. We deploy a wide range of strategies. The interventions include, engaging with different sectors of the Nigerian society. The formal and the informal. We engage with youths. We engage with professional groups. We engage with associations, market women, women's group, gender group, faith-based organizations. So it's a wide range of people that we engage with, and with each of them, we have a strategy that is tailored specifically to meet that particular group.
Very impressive strategies, I would say, but then looking at the impact these strategies have had on the fight against economic and financial crimes, I would like you to tell us to what extent do you think these methodologies have succeeded in the fight against economic and financial crimes, Mr. Nwaja?
We have clubs that we are forming in schools, in primary schools, in secondary schools, and in tertiary institutions. We have the Zero Tolerance Club, for instance, for which we are going to launch a manual. There's a manual that's been developed by the Commission to use in the engagement of these youngsters. So we are taking the fight, from the very, the beginning, because that is the foundation of all life. At that stage, there's a lot of room to maneuver. There's a lot of room to build attitude and correct mistakes, in the young ones. So we have that engagement with people in educational institutions. Then we go to faith groups that I mentioned. We have a manual that's been developed over so many years. We put together clerics, seasoned clerics, put together activists, civil society people, and other professionals. We brought them together and said, look, we subscribe. Most Nigerians subscribe to one faith or the other, especially the dominant faiths that we know, the Christian faith and the Islamic faith. And we do know also that these faiths have engaged the subject of corruption, of economic and financial crimes in their faiths, in their own theology, in the books, in the holy books of these faiths. And so we got people together to go into those holy books and bring out everything that relates to the work that EFCC is doing. We have radio programs. We have all over the country, in the zones where we have offices, and in contiguous states. We have programs in popular radio stations, also sometimes using the local languages around those areas. And then, of course, we have the national engagement through. We are very happy and grateful to say Radio Nigeria and the NTA that have given us their platforms to engage directly with the national audience every week. So this we have. Of course, we have engagements. We relate with professionals. We go to where they are having their meetings, where they are having their conferences, and we talk with them. EFCC has. We set out from the very beginning to be different. We are still different. Our standard of measurement is international standard, and it is for that singular reason, which is embodied in our operations, in everything that we do, in our engagement with the public, that we have partners all over the world, all the top-rate law enforcement agencies are in collaboration with the EFCC in Europe, in the Americas, everywhere, in Africa, everywhere. So the work we started out to do in 2003, which has continued to this day, and which will go forward into the future, is being boosted by this clear mandate, this clear path set by the Commission's chairman, Mr. Rashid Bauer. And the Commission can only get better in terms of prosecution, in terms of public engagement, in terms of prevention, in terms of investigation, in terms of training, because we train our staff, give them the best training locally and internationally to meet the challenges of the mandate. And we have not faltered at all.
Now, Mr. Raja, before we come to the end of this segment of the program, I would like you to give us your final word on this issue of prevention, because it's vital in the affairs of the EFCC.
We seek that day when we can all pack our bags and go, and then there's nobody to pursue, no Yahoo boy, no high-profile money launderer and all of those things, because everybody is doing the thing right. That's the day that we are looking forward to.
And that's it on this segment of the program. My name is Ojo Chukutami Eche. It's back to Aisha for the rest of the program.
Thank you, Ojo Chokutami. The Director of Public Affairs Department of the EFCC, Osita Umaja, explained that the EFCC, through its engagement, has raised public consciousness amongst Nigerians on economic and financial crimes. People are now asking questions and demanding answers from elected officers and business partners, among others. It is the hope of the EFCC that someday Nigeria will be free of economic and financial crimes. Lend your voice in the fight for a better Nigeria. That's it on this week's Eagle. Here is a reminder that you can send an email to info@efcc.gov.ng and speak to our officers on 0809 3322644 and follow us on all our social media platforms at official EFCC. Use the EFCC mobile app, the Eagle Eye, to report any fraud you see happening around you. You download the app, follow the steps and report fraud on the go. And you can also take pictures of corrupt practices and upload them. I am Aisha Mohammed, leaving you with these words from Barbara De Angelis that says, living with integrity means not settling for less than what you know you deserve, asking for what you want and need from others, speaking your truth even though it might create conflict or tension, behaving in ways that are in harmony with your personal values, making choices based on what you believe and not what others believe. Always stand for integrity. Goodbye. God bless Nigeria. Please do stay safe, be kind to yourself and to others around you, and do enjoy the rest of the week.